It's story time. Are you excited? I am excited. Okay, I'll be telling you about the story of the grasshopper and the ants. Remember that we've learned one or two things about the ants in our previous class. But today, we'll also be learning more about ants, but in a story form. Let's go. And please listen attentively, okay? It was a beautiful spring day. A grasshopper was playing in a green, grassy field. In that field, he noticed a line of ants marching along, carrying, they were carrying some grains of wheat. The grasshopper asked, where are you going with that big load? We are taking these grains to our nests, said the ants. But it is such a beautiful day. Come and have fun with me, said the grasshopper. No, I think you should come walk with us. It's going to be a long winter with lots of snow. You had better start storing your food now, replied the ants. Why worry about the winter? It's only spring and there are lots of food everywhere, said the grasshopper. The grasshopper did not listen to the ants. All through the spring, the grasshopper did nothing except to eat, to sleep. It was even snoring and play, and he became fat. Then the summer came, and were busy collecting food for winter. But the grasshopper did nothing but to eat, to sleep, and play. He was playing around. He became even mm, fatter. Later, autumn came and advised Grasshopper to collect food for winter, but he did not listen. Winter is not here yet. Is not yes. And when it comes, I am sure I will be able to eat some food. A few weeks later, winter came and snow began to fall. Just as the ant said, the snow was so deep. Ants were all snug, warm, and comfortable in their nest with lots of good food to eat. Yes, they were comfortable because they walked few weeks ago to get some food. The grasshopper, however, had trouble finding food. It was very hungry, hungry, and miserable. Was miserable. And he was looking miserable and miserable cold all winter. But the time winter had ended, by the time winter had ended, the grasshopper had learned a valuable lesson. Next spring onward, the grasshopper went out to gather food with the ants. Let me take that last part again. The grasshopper, however, had trouble finding food. It was very hungry and miserably cold all winter. By the time winter had ended, the grasshopper had learned a valuable lesson. Next spring onward, the grasshopper went out to gather food with the ants. And that is the end of my story. But before I tell you the lessons from the story, I would like to explain what winter, spring, and summer and autumn is. Now, the first picture you are seeing is the spring, where the weather becomes warm and flowers appears. You can see the flowers are beautiful. It's a very beautiful weather. I love the weather. Now, the next weather is the summer, and the sun comes out. You can see the sun. The sun comes out, and it is the most active season, and it means that everything in the nature gets that power and energy from the sun. Now, the next one is the autumn. The autumn comes immediately after the summer. Okay, and this weather, you can see that the trees are the leaves rather, they are falling from the trees, and you can see the floor full of leaves. This is the autumn weather. And the last weather that we talked about in the story is the winter. And this is the coldest part of the year, where you see the snow and you need your sweater to keep warm. Now, what lessons can you learn from the story? The first one is do not be lazy. Like the grasshopper was lazy, eating, playing all day. He wasn't ready to get food. Do not have Do what you have to do at the right time. The grasshopper didn't do the right thing and it suffered at the end, while the ants did the right thing by getting their food on time during spring, summer, and the autumn weather. But the grasshopper didn't do that. And you should learn to do the right thing at the right time. When your mom tells you, go and do your homework, make sure you do it at the right time. Don't say, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. No, 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 no. Do not procrastinate. Do not postpone anything. Yeah, and it is good to work as a team. The ants were able to achieve a lot. They were able to get a lot of food because they worked as a team. They worked together as a team. And also, it is also good to be hardworking. Hard work pays a lot because the ants were hardworking and they were able to get food at the end of the day, and they enjoy the winter season. Okay. And I want you to also add the story you've learned from the lessons you've learned from the story as well. And also at the end of everything, you are going to have a class task. Okay. You're going to make a story, a video of yourself retelling the story in your own words, and share your video in the comment box. I want to see your faces. You can see Miss Oyen's face now, and I want to see your faces retelling the story. Thank you so much, and have a nice day.